Welcome to Real Estate on the Rocks, where you get top shelf real estate conversations served straight up, never watered down. Here's your host, Dave Snowberger.
Welcome back to Real Estate on the Rocks. I'm your host, Dave Snowberger. We've got in the studio, not in the studio, his own studio over there. Look at that white screen back there. Got Marshall Tucker.
Partial screen.
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
James, the new guy.
What's going on?
The butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker, Mendez.
Dang.
There's a new title for you. How you guys holding up over there, man?
Surviving.
All right.
Yeah.
They're crazy.
You got that shelter-in-place order.
Well, I've gone through about 20 days of food rations in about 7 days, so me and the kids can't stop eating.
Yeah, I keep seeing all these great memes about, like, who's got this one with this this lady's bending over, and she's got like a nice defined leg with like a high heel on, bending over into the fridge, and like, 14 days later, I
saw that one.
The leg's gained about 20, 30 pounds. And that's pretty much me right now. Yeah, I've just been snacking my extra time away, and I bought a big thing of like turkey sticks, like Slim Jim type things.
Oh.
I was at Sam's a couple weeks ago and found it. I was like, oh yeah, I'll grab those, right? And so, man, every time I open the refrigerator, I grab 2 or 3 of them. I think there's about 2 or 3 left, and I opened them up on like Thursday. So today's Monday. Today's Wednesday. Sorry about that. So, all right, let's get to it today. What are we talking about? We're going to continue to talk about really kind of how we're staying in front of our clientele, how we're keeping busy, and how we're working. We've transitioned. We're with EXP, so we're already a cloud-based model, so we can work with our home. However, I'm missing a little bit of that camaraderie we had from having an office and sitting around in the morning and doing our morning rev-ups and seeing how everybody's doing and just kind of like I'm missing the camaraderie is all I can say. But how are you guys staying busy over there, Marshall?
Just keeping up with clients, making sure I give them a quick call, current clients especially, making sure that they're not getting too scared, trying to pull out of a deal, talking to clients, setting up appointments to go see homes. It slowed down a little bit. I still got people going out and looking though, so that's promising. And just reaching out to past clients, seeing how they're doing, making sure, we just bouncing ideas off each other.
Are you getting any resistance on showings of properties that are occupied?
Not really. All my clients right now are looking for new construction. So even that's been a little bit of a change up. Some of the offices have been closed. A lot of them are locked now. So you got to knock on the door and the on-site lets you in, and they won't shake your hand or give you any paperwork. They just kind of point to where everything's at and answer all your questions. But it's been a little different, but it's still getting out there.
It's kind of like where I wanted builders in the first place to leave me alone and just let us look at the house first, and then do the pass off to the builders.
Yeah.
But James, what are you seeing out there?
A little hesitation with some people. For the most part, the people who are serious about buying are still kind of getting out there. It's obviously changed a little bit. I've had a few people that are cautious, a couple of people that push things down the road, but people still want to buy, still want to sell. We got that listing appointment today. And they want to get it on the market as soon as possible. So there's still plenty of people that I'm seeing that still are in the market and ready to go. Still just being a little cautious because of the way the market's shifting a little bit and stock market. And just, I think their fear is that we're going to have another 2008. And so as long as we continue to drive forward and do everything we can, I think things will be smooth, generally speaking.
Yeah. I don't know if it's going to be the same thing. I didn't go through 2008. I got my license right after that. Actually, I didn't get my license until 2012. So it was pretty much on the upward. It was on the up and up back then. In the Austin market was doing well, and even through from how I understand it, we'll get some better opinions this week. We're hopefully going to have on Jack Stapleton, and then another young lady that's with Realty Austin that's been through 2008, and then her mom was a realtor back in, I believe, the 87, shift, if we want to call it that. And so I can't wait to get her perspective. Her name's Brandy Harrison. So we're going to work on a time with getting her in. And she's actually offered a lender to come in that's gotten kind of creative on some of the things they do. We know that we have a relationship with Mike over at Guaranteed Rate. So I have to kind of see what we're going to talk about. I can't have him on the show, obviously, to promote his business. So, however, we'll do what we can. So what I'm trying to do right now, what I'm doing over here is I haven't lost my train of thought, but I am looking at all the active properties. So I'm going to go back just 7 days. So that's really since last Friday, right? Not this past Friday, but a little over 7 days. We stayed home all last week. So I want to see what's going on in the Austin market. So let's do that real time. So I'll go 0 to 7 days, active listings in Austin, Texas. There are 1,038 listings that were taken in the last 7 days or put in the MLS in the last 7 days. Sold wise, let's go under contract. Let's go to pending real quick, and pending taking backups. And so I'll go 0 to 7 days here. That cannot be right. But it says it is. So in the past 7 days, 2,538 homes have gone under contract.
Wow.
Wow.
So let me do the 0 to 7. Hold on real quick. Actually, that's going to drop. 736. I screwed up one of the numbers there. But pending and pending taking backups within the past 7 days are 736. So homes are going under contract. Closings in the past 7 days. Let's look at those. Boom, boom, 7 days. 450 closings in 7 days.
Dang.
So let's back that up just till, things have started getting real in the past few days. Let's go to 3 days. 110 in the past 3 days of closing, and we're factoring in Sunday on that too, right? So no closings happened on Saturday or Sunday, sorry. So Friday, basically, 110 homes in Austin closed. So obviously people are still out there doing business. It seems to be that homes are still selling in any type of market, any type of shift or anything else, whether it's good or bad, there's always a market for real estate. It's really just how you hunker down and find the deals going on, so let's spend this episode really talking about, how to stay in front of your people. I believe we did a little bit of this already on one of our past podcasts. However, I think now's a good time to just double down on really strategies, what we're seeing. These are our numbers here in Austin, Texas. I know that we have a select few in Austin that actually listen to our podcast. Most of everybody is not in the Texas area. So I'd love to know about your numbers out there. What are you seeing? So over to Hyperable Agents, you can drop your numbers in there, and I'll kind of start a thread, or James might start a thread of what you're seeing in the markets, because I'd like to give everybody the hope that we all deserve, that this isn't going to completely knock all of us out of business and tank the market. And hopefully in the next 7 days, there's a lot of unknowns that we'll start seeing some promising activity with what's going on or with the virus, and knowing that locking ourselves down for this past 7 days, which is going to work out to be 14 to 15 days by that time, if it's having a effect on us, and then what we're seeing in 14 more days. So I'd love to address some of that uncertainty. Here was a good number though. Withdrawals, I checked in the past 7 days, 84.
Wow.
That's a lot of withdrawals.
Yeah,
and then expireds, 7 days, there's 27 expireds. So that's the most amount of expireds, and that's the most amount of withdrawals I've seen in quite some time. So, and that's just 7 days. You had 82 go down. Let's see about withdrawals in the past 30 days since this really started happening in people. So 246 withdrawals in the past 30 days. So looks like mixed emotions out there. Some people are still wanting to sell, stay on the market. Is there Marcia, you probably know this better. Is there just put like vacant houses versus occupied?
There should be something on there. I'm not in front of the screen. Let's see.
Let me do that real quick. James, while I do that, why don't you give us some good actionable items that are going to keep us in front of people?
Picking up the phone and calling people, messaging them, quieting down their fears. A lot of the conversations we've had lately have just been, are we going to crash? Are people still buying? Are people still selling? What about the job market? And don't try and be obviously the economist that you're not, but explain to them what, like you've said as well, is in every market, whether it's buying, selling, shifting, climbing, falling, it's still a market, and so you just have to pivot. And people just want to understand, what's going on. So you just honestly tell them what's going on, what you're seeing, and markets or the rates are still really low. People are still buying, people are still selling. So we're really, although it's not the steadiest time right now, we're still in a great condition to buy or sell a home historically, that is. And so if you can just keep making little touches here and there, send them a text message if they're, out, some ideas for quarantine and stuff like that. It's just good things to kind of keep it a little lighthearted and enjoy your time at home, basically.
Right. Okay. Thanks for that, Marshall. Thanks for that, James. But Marshall messaged me a second ago about finding that in here. So yeah, that's smart. Are you using any type of script, or are you really just kind of shooting from the heart?
Oh, I'm just going off pure wanting to connect and see how they're hanging in there, make sure they're fine. If they need, actually several friends have done the same thing, is helping people out is like, hey, I'm making a grocery run or store run. Do you need anything? A friend of mine down south of the city who has a few kids had mentioned, yeah, if you can, I need some toilet paper and a couple things. Well, the lady who's making the store run came back with toilet paper and like a bunch of other items and refused to get paid for it. Just absolutely no, or not going to happen. It's just here for you. And so I see a lot of that going on. So you just being there for people, helping them out, do your pop buys, keep your distance obviously a little bit. People need wipes and other kind of sanitary items. So if you can pass those out, awesome. If not, at least just touching base and having good conversations with people is important. Just, well, more so than it normally is. I mean, you should obviously be communicating with people, but now's a great time to catch up on things.
Couldn't agree more. Marshall, what about you? You kind of seeing the same thing in your neighborhood?
Yeah, everybody's home. Everybody's willing to talk. Everybody wants to hang out. And then we were out front yard yesterday. We just put the day before yesterday because it was raining, but put the chairs out there, and some of the other neighbors came out, and we were just having some conversations from yard to yard, saying hello. Just kind of, everybody doesn't know what's going on really. So even some of my clients are going through the pre-qualification process right now. They've been suppressed from their work for a couple of weeks. So they're kind of wondering, what do they need to do? Does this still count towards their work? Are they, considered jobless? I mean, they don't know. So I'm still trying to figure out some of those answers as well.
Yeah. The same thing around here. Like I said, I think the uncertainty breeds the fear. A lot of us, like I'm remaining optimistic. Obviously we're still having most of our meetings through Zoom right now. If I do go into the office, I don't really want anybody else there at that time. We have a flip house going on right now, which is really hard to do, which is really hard to do the trades one at a time, because you're used to having everybody in there on top of each other working, and now we're having to wait for the tile guys to get done. Now the electrician's going to get done, then the get done. I'm trying to stack all the appointments on each other, and I've got really investor in the flip house crawling on me and saying, can we do this? Can we do this? Can we do this? Because he wants his cash back into his pocket, right? And
what can
I'm
I do
really
for $5?
limited with what I can do. Yeah, really limited on what I can do. And then, so I have to think about all that stuff. And then on top of that, I have to stay busy with what really pays the bills is my relationships with all my sellers and all my clients, my database, right? And then making sure that the health of my team, like you guys and Melanie and Steven and Jason and everybody else is really kind of squared away and ready to go through this if it gets very turbulent and money stops coming in, right? So what are we all going to do? And so that's one of the scariest things, is that I think we all have savings in a sense. How long can that last if there's nobody buying or selling homes? So we really have to be proactive at what we're doing. I'm trying to be proactive in the neighborhood. I see homes are still listing in our neighborhood. You know, I saw somebody the other day use a discount broker to get something done. And it's just like, man, you're really just kind of, you know, like putting yourself up against the wall, you know, just using a discount broker for a $500,000 house because, you know, you think that's a smart move. Right now, you've got, you know, real estate agents with nothing but time on their hands that could really design a really great marketing plan for you and sell your home. However, you're going to list with a discount broker. And this is one that I've had experience in the past that all they do is they list in MLS and that's it. Then pray that it sells. The three P's, right? What are they? Put it in MLS, put a sign in the yard and pray that it sells.
Yep.
That's usually the marketing plan for most
We got the
brokers.
fourth P.
Yeah, we proactively sell it, right? So anyway,
Don't rain on my shit.
No, it's not. And that works because we proactively do sell it. So we do have marketing plans in place to where it's very proactive to where we can, you know, we haven't done it in a while because we haven't really been taking that many listings, but, you know, circle prospecting, Facebook ads, you know, calling every lead that comes in off the sign within 5 minutes, you know. That just jarred something right now. I saw this question come up. Is it still important for us to reach out to leads within the first 5 minutes because nobody's
Even
got
more
anything
important.
to do?
I
Right.
can testify.
That's what I went
Everybody's
with.
gonna be calling.
I can testify to that. Yeah, 100% still follow up fast.
Yeah.
That was
So
my biggest
fast
my
lead
downfall for a
follow-up
while.
sure. Yeah. I did also come across a plan from Tim and Julie Harris. Most of you don't know, or some of you do know that I am a certified coach with Tim and Julie Harris, coaching company. We did put out a plan of attack. I have that. I'll post that on Hyperlocal Agents. If you're not a member of Hyperlocal Agents, just go over there and search for Hyperlocal Agents and join that page over there. We're going to be trying to post as much as we can to help us get all through this stuff. The other day I posted an infographic that somebody else had come up with. I didn't, however, I made it to where I removed their branding from it so we could put our own branding on it with permission from them, of course. So those are super helpful. I have a bunch of those. I don't want to overrate our Hyperlocal Agents page with all these plans of actions. However, I'm going to pick and choose what we put out there. If it's valuable, I'll put it out there. If you need it from us, usually you just drop your email or you can DM me if you don't want your email out there in public, which I don't know why you wouldn't, being that we're all real estate agents on that page. I'll send you over whatever we have or whatever we need or whatever you need. Script wise, I'm not doing really any scripts, everything through the heart. I don't do scripts in the first place. Scripts. No, so that a little bit. It's like I do the same thing over and over, which can be deemed as a script. However, I don't like to think of it as a script, but they're definitely canned responsive that we come up with that are unique and tailored to that individual buyer or seller or friend or whatever else. It's really, we talk about the same things and have the same objections. And right now I'm just trying to ask the questions to as many buyers or sellers that we come across right now to really find out more about what their concerns are. And if you listen, most of this stuff will become really easy to you to see that it's going to be the same concerns. Us as human beings and us as Americans, we really all have the same concerns. You know, how's the market going to look? How's the, you know, am I going to be able to sell my house in a timely fashion? Am I still going to be able to move to California if they have
When can I start work?
Shelter in place thing? Yeah. Well, can I go ahead and move now and you guys can sell my house? There's going to be a lot of the same questions over and over again, which I can develop some sort of script or some sort of response that's tailored to each individual that doesn't sound so scripty, right? So there's a lot of people out there posting scripts right now about, you know, what do you say to a buyer right now that cites, you know, they don't want to buy because of the coronavirus? I think we went through this last time, but, you know, what would you say, James?
There's plenty of ways to prevent you from getting infected or being around somebody who is. You can do the video tours. You can, I mean, the MLS, well, I mean, ours does, but I'm sure most others do. They have 3D tours, but if not, the agent can go out and video either FaceTime or just do a live video or just record a video of the entire property. You can bring lights in to brighten up the whole place. You can do so much without the person there. As you being the proxy for your client to show them everything in the best light possible, to keep them safe. And then, you know, at some point they can go in, or you can coordinate for a time that, you know, they can go visit the house with the owner not there. and you can go sanitize the place if you want. I mean, there's just endless options to facilitate that,
Yeah.
viewing of the property. And the rest of it is you don't need to be there for it. You leverage professionals like realtors, inspectors, and everybody else to manage the entire process for you. So you should have very little issues.
Yeah. I see occupied homes being a little bit bigger problem than or showing occupied homes is probably going to be a little bit more of a challenge versus vacant homes. Vacant homes, if they were really worried about it, we can just go pop the door open and let them go look around, you
Right.
know, and let them look around, and then they come out of the house and you keep your distance, social distancing going on with the 6 feet. All this sounds just so surreal that we're even having these conversations when I started digging in about it, but I think that's a good way. And one of my things I've been saying to a few people is, okay, that's fine. Let's wait till we see what's going on, or let's wait the 14 days and then I'll be back in touch with you. That's what I've done to a few of my clients, is just kind of, hey, I'm going to keep in touch with you over the next few weeks. If you need anything, let me know. However, I'm leaving it up to me to reach out to them so we don't lose that contact. We don't lose that relationship through taking 7, 14 to 21 days off or a month off. Is that I'm going to stay present in their lives and keep trying to offer as much value as possible of just a friendship for one. And then as the professional and I'm being paid, right? We're all being paid as agents to be the professional in this situation. And they're going to lean on us a little bit more for some more sound advice that makes them feel safe. That's what everybody wants out of this whole thing, is to be safe, right? So I think when you're just having genuine conversations, that's about as valuable as you can get these days, and addressing their concerns.
There's all kinds of things to talk about right now. Are you staying home? Are you going to get food? What's happening at your work? How's your family doing? I mean, a million things you could ask right now. Pick up the phone and call people.
Well, here's another guideline for everybody is, FROG, right? Family, recreation, occupation, goals. Those are 4 questions you can ask. FROG. Family, occupation, recreation, goals. And so some of us have heard the acronym FORD?
Ford.
Family, recreation, occupation, dreams. It's kind of weird to ask people about their dreams. However, that's typically goals. So I change it over to FROG. But yeah, just those are a couple good guidelines. Any new leads coming in, a good questions for them is who, what, where, why, when. Those are 5 great questions that you can ask leads coming in. Right now, I'd be doubling down on your lead generation. I'd be posting as many Craigslist ads as you could, as many Facebook ad posts as you could. I would stay omnipresent in people's purview of that you are in real estate. And when it's time, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to need to sell. We ran through some of the numbers one of the last times, but like, what was it, James? Like 30-40% of households only have about $400 in the bank and live in check to check.
Yeah, can't withstand I think it is a $400 hit to them at any unplanned time.
Yeah,
which is,
and so
most people are seeing more than that now.
There's going to be a lot of people in the future that we're going to have to help get everything back in line for them. And a lot of people are going to be sitting on equity. Also, Austin, Texas the market's been really good here, going up anywhere from 3 to 7% per year for the past however many years, right? And so there's a lot of people with a lot of equity in their homes. A lot of these people like you're dealing with right now, Marshall, with the new builds, they're not going to have the same amount of equity, especially if they went to the design center, right? And they just gunship loaded the house down with the best fixtures, the best backsplash, the best, fixture, everything. And,
right.
They opted for, just different finish out that cost them a lot more money. They're probably not going to have the same equity situation. However, they might still need to sell. So we have to get creative on how to sell these things, right? So there might be some discount commissions in line so people can meet their goals, or the conversations have to switch to where, like back in 08, 09, is that you have these conversations with the folks that they're going to be bringing money to the closing table without you discounting your commission, because we still have to do our jobs, right? And so in our jobs to market the property and to get the property out there amongst all the eyeballs of the people that are qualified, that takes money on our end, right? And so, like we have to think about all these things. So just kind of going through all this stuff over my head. I know that we came into this podcast really unscripted today, or not really with a topic, but just kind of just see how everybody's doing out there. It seems to be, we don't know necessarily yet how this is going to shake out. I think the next 7 days, today's what, the 23rd?
Yeah, 23rd.
Today's March 23rd, 2020, right? So we're gonna start knowing something more in about, I'd say, the next 7 days or so, whether we're going back to work or we're not. If we're gonna have to, Dallas, Texas, and Waco, Texas, just did a shelter-in-place order. So anybody that doesn't have a non-essential job, they're staying home.
That's right.
Are we an essential?
I think I read that Austin Title put something out saying that we are essential, and that they'll print out a little document for us that we can show that we're essential workers. Just as far as everybody else, are they really going to be out looking at homes? Is that essential? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if essential is. I think maybe the closings are.
Right.
So, like Nicole, she works for Wells Fargo Bank on the brokerage side, the investment side, and she's deemed essential. So all her people in Dallas, a big text message and automated call went out last night about how everybody needs to show up to work. Like, they're well aware what Dallas County just did, and however, they're all deemed essential workers. So they were all there, and nobody really complained about it. They're taking their precautions. I know as a big corporate outfit, they're taking their precautions to curtail any kind of spread. So I was happy to hear that. So anybody that can work from home, they've sent home. Anybody that can't, that has to be at the property, that they've taken the precautions of spacing people throughout offices and things like that, and really pushing the 6-foot rule and all that good stuff. So hopefully that works out, because I know she's not the only company. I was driving down the street the other day, just kind of driving out in the truck and looking at all the businesses down the street, how many cars they had in the parking lot.
It's crazy, huh? It's like a ghost town.
Yeah. And so,
nothing around
and then
here.
you go over like HEB, and they've got a line around. HEB is one of our major grocery stores for those that aren't here in Texas. You got a line down the street with 0 social distancing.
Yeah.
Like, everybody's on top of each other, and it's like it's a block party. Everybody's hanging out, laughing, having a good time. Some people have masks. Some people have gloves. Some people think this is still a hoax. Some people are scared for their lives. We just had a friend of Morgan's, is a Girl Scout. We just had a friend of their grandfather die in Dallas. He's the first person that I've known that's kind of one removed, a friend of a friend or a friend's relative, actually passed away from it 2 days ago. So that's scary, and it hits a little bit closer to home, and then if you watch the news, if you sit around and watch the news, good luck.
I got family in Italy and Germany, so they're kind of reporting back a little bit of what they're seeing, and it's just be prepared, be overcautious, and be prepared.
Yeah.
Like the Attorney General put something out this morning saying it's about to get worse. So buckle up.
It always does.
Sure.
That's the flow of all, viruses and things like that. They always get, or economic things, everything gets worse before it gets better. It's got to hit that peak and then start driving down. That's why the social distancing and staying home. If you don't need to go out, don't go out. Don't, huddle up with a lot of people. If you can put that gap, it's like a fire break. I mean, you just drive that wedge through, and if you can separate it, you can get ahead of it. And it could look like a fly-by-night kind of disease, relatively speaking, if we can get a hold of it. So
Hope so.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, I think they're doing everything they can. I think both sides of the aisle, and politics-wise, are working pretty well with each other. I know that there's some divisiveness from some of the stuff that you see on TV, but I think all in all, 2 of the places where it's happening that have the worst cases are California and New York, and both of those governors seem to be meshing well with the current administration, which seems like everybody working together. They're getting things done, which is fantastic. So. And I continue to hope that sets the standard coming out of this, that everybody will continue to work together instead of going back to such divided country. It'd be really cool to see everybody just kind of work together for the actual good of the country.
Yep.
Leave some of that shit to the side, but I won't get into the politics of it right now. But man, I don't know, guys. Appreciate you joining me on here today. I don't know how long we've been at this, but without a certain topic, I just want to kind of check in with you guys. We'll post this as one of the podcasts and continue to put out some content.
Surprised my kids haven't busted through the door yet screaming and throwing things, so I'm actually kind of happy.
Yeah. I'm trying to see how many. I'm using my iPad, which is never, I've never used for anything that we record. I usually have my MacBook. And so I'm kind of lost on how many minutes we've been on here, who's talking, whatever else, if we're even recording. But I'm going to go ahead and get out of here today. But appreciate you guys joining me on here. Let's go ahead and get this out there, James, to everybody.
All right.
If you have any kind of needs for us, you know where to reach us. You can call me directly at 512-773-6461. You can also text Join EXP to 88000. And if you're in need of a killer mortgage broker, we've got our man, Mike Harrell, over there. I know that he's still working. He's still answering all my questions. And when I send them out rapidly, you can get a hold of him at Magic Mike at 88000. James, go ahead and play us out of here. What's up?
Wait. I did talk to Mike the other day, though, and he said that they're rolling out some kind of new flash closing and that the client doesn't need to go to closing. They can close from their house or something like that. So you may want to reach out to him, talk to him, and find out what that's about. Ask him if it's going to be a good fit for your business.
Nice. Magic Mike at 88000. I'm Dave Snowberger. I'm out of here. Stay healthy, everybody. And let me know if you need anything from me. James, Marshall, thanks a lot.
I'm out.
Bye.